everybody. Welcome to another edition of the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just a conversation between me and my viewers. I don't decide what we talk about. You decide what we talk about. If you've got questions, ask them. If you've got topics you want me to address, put them forward. Whatever. Doesn't even have to be gun related. You can ask whatever you like. Now, if you ask me a technical question and I don't know the answer, pay attention to the live chat. There's a lot of people in there that will. They'll know the answer when I didn't. So pay attention and participate. Build a sense of community. That's another reason we do this every day. So people got a place to come for an hour every day. I don't miss days. Every day you got a place to come and talk to like-minded individuals about common interest or discuss your differences. Depends on what you want to do. I like to start off, as always, by reading the names of people that might have ordered some merchandise over the last 24 hours. We've only got one, but we did get one, and it's John Conlon. And he bought the "In This Country We Used to Shoot Nazis" t-shirt that I was wearing the other day. I'm sure because he saw it on me and liked how it made me look, so he got himself one. I can't guarantee your titties will look as perky in it as mine do, but I don't even know if you have titties, but those of us that do, you know what I'm talking about. But thanks to him for helping support the channel by buying some merchandise. If you want to help support the channel, and right now we desperately need support, you can go over to my website, TYMPPistolproject.com, and I will link it in the upper corner of this video. You can go over there. You can go to my Shopify page. Well, this isn't my design, but you can buy shirts over there, hats over there, mugs over there. That all helps support the channel. Lots of designs there you can choose from. You can also become a Patreon member or a Subscribe Star member, get all kinds of patches and all kinds of other stuff by being a supporter and help keep the Pets and Vets program running so we can continue to do things like we did last night and then maybe do more of them so we don't have to do special fundraisers. So going over there, do all that. Over there right now, you can also enter the Far Out Space Force fundraiser where we're giving away Space Force hats and t-shirts and one official Space Force collector's K-bar knife to one lucky winner. So go on over there and enter and know you're supporting the Pets and Vets program, keeping a program that has saved a lot of animals alive, keeping the program alive that have saved a lot of animals' lives. So go on over to TYMPPistolproject.com and help support the channel. We need it now more than ever. Also, remember to subscribe and click the notification button. We lost over 1,000 subscribers over the last couple of days because of the Charlie Kirk thing. Because who knew everybody was such a Charlie Kirk lover? I didn't even think of the man until after that happened. I mean, I was aware of him. I'd seen some of his videos and stuff, but I didn't follow him or support him or detract from him or anything. But some people, I guess they just fucking loved him, or at least they're pretending like they did. I don't think most of them did as much as they say, but I think a lot of them are pretending. I ain't gonna pretend. If they'll pretend with you with that, what else do they pretend with you for? You know, what are they doing in real life but telling you something different online? I know for a fact there's a lot of them like that. You'd be surprised how many of your big gun channels are fucking hardcore liberals or hardcore left and actually just laughing as they go to the bank with your money. Let's see here. All right. With that being said, let's get to the questions. Let's see if I got anything coming in. Today is the 12th, right? We got Edgar Cortez, who sent me a nice letter today. I think he's trying to coax me back from a mental breakdown or something. It's been a rough week. Car problems. Got to get this Camaro sold or I'm fucking bankrupt. There's just a whole bunch of things I got to get done. Oh, I missed Tim Fat Salami. I got Edgar Cortez, but I missed Tim Fat Salami. If Phil did exist, would he be lonely? Well, no, he can talk to anybody anytime. Anytime talks to me, of course. I'm his representative on this planet, and I'm sure he talks to people on other planets. Hell, there's probably planets of where octopus are the dominant species or some sort of what do they call it? Octopods, or what do you call them? What are the family are they a member of? I'm not a zoologist, so, or what would it be for him? I think it'd be zoologist. Not a cephalopod. Are they cephalopods? What are they? But yeah, he talks to people all the time, so he ain't lonely. He can do what he wants. He's also busy a lot. I mean, he's always defending all of reality from every external threat that could possibly come. He's maintaining the cosmic balance at all times and giving horrible people Lyme disease. So between those two things, keeps him busy. Dale Rickety chimed in also, so he's not dead, everyone. So everybody quit getting all giddy thinking we're going to get the catapult rented. I told you I'm not renting the catapult till we've confirmed that he's passed or that he's not going to be able to put up enough resistance. You know, because right now I think he'd still put up a lot of resistance, and them old guys are wiry. So we got to wait. Hello, Yank and Phil too, said Dale Rickety. And then he chimed in again and said, he joined the Space Force fundraiser, the Space Force P&V fundraiser, the Far Out Space Force P&V fundraiser. So someone has joined it. Do you think the Epstein files will be in Trump's library? I doubt it. As time's going on, it's looking worse and worse for him regarding the Epstein files. That's why before they found out who shot Charlie Kirk, I was even like, hell, it might have been an inside job just to distract people from the fact all the Republicans voted to not release the Epstein files. I thought it might have been because he was a staunch supporter of releasing the Epstein files. At least he was at one point. I don't know about recently. That was Christian Carlson asking if it would be part of his library. Or was it? How did I get all the way up to Christian Carlson? Did I not do these others? Jason Thompson said, do you think cops should get assigned girls' names when they go to Gen Pop in prison? No special bad treatment for them. Just hold them accountable. That's all I want. But I'm not opposed to that, just so you know. They're going to get a girl's name once they get there anyway. There's no reason to do it officially. They're going to get that when they get there. So. The guy who, I'll read that in a minute. See, that's one of the reasons I don't support this guy. He's a fucking hypocrite, too. Samuel White chimed in and said, sorry if you've saw this 80 times. Just wondering who the latest friend was. He is wanting to know. It was TJ Marrow, and I remember it because I spoke to him today. And Colin Hepburn were the two winners of those two programs. One of them's getting a gun. The other one is not. And this is going to go in my file of most unusual things bought. Up until now, it's been like a violin and fuel injectors for a car. And now we're going to add a garden tiller to the list because that's what they chose, a garden tiller. They wanted a credit. I just got them a gift certificate. They wanted to credit to Home Depot, and I wanted to do it to Lowe's, but they wanted it from Home Depot, so I got them a credit to Home Depot for a garden tiller. And it was $789 plus tax, so they're probably going to have to pay a little bit out of their pocket because I don't know what tax is there, but I'm sure it's going to be around $60. All right, let me get back to the topics here. This donation is for the Silver Pig. Yes, you will get interest into the Silver Pig drawing. In fact, you'll get double because I'm doing double tonight. So, and I think I read the one from Christian Carlson just out of order, I think. Yeah, about the Epstein files being in his library. I don't know why I read that one out of order. Then we got Colin Hepburn. Colin Hepburn chimed in. Leave a super chat. Oh, no, I don't read that part. Was out of town this week, so catching up to appease Phil. Yes, you got to keep. He'll give you Lyme disease no matter where you are. He'll find you. Not like you can hide from him. He's everywhere. Well, he's not everywhere, but he can be anywhere. He's not everywhere. He's not like watching you when you take a shit or anything. He's not a freak. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know what he's into. I've never asked. I don't want to know, I think. And then we got Jason Thompson did a big donation. What's he doing a big donation for today? Oh, he joined them. Wait, he joined the wrong one. He joined the Pets and Vets Marvin stock giveaway. That one is closed. I think he clicked the wrong button. I'll make sure it gets to the right one. The Space Force giveaway. Or if he wants it to the stock, next stock I do, I'll put him on that. I'll make a note. Hold on. Mr. Tater Hater. Entries, question mark. I don't know where he thought he was putting them. He put them on something that's closed already. So I don't know if he wants them shifted to the next stock giveaway or if he wants it, if he actually meant to do it on the Space Force giveaway. And we'll figure it out. That's the thing about being a person. I can figure things out, not a machine. You don't have to call and deal with a robot. I would not mind being a robot. I'm hoping someday I'm hoping by the time that I die, so hurry up. You got probably a couple of years. I'm hoping they'll perfect the technology where they just cut our brains out of our body, and put our brains in a synthetic body that recharges our brain and helps it restore itself and blah, blah, blah. And now we're immortal in a synthetic body and we just do what we want. I don't like the downloading. A lot of people will be like, oh, just download your consciousness into a robot. No, I want my brain to go because your brain is who you are. I mean, this brain controls everything. Everything I see, everything I perceive, everything is here. So if that goes into another body, I'm still me with another body. If they just copy my brain into a robot, well, that's just a robot that thinks it's me. And you can tell that's the way it is because I could still be alive. If they didn't kill me after they made the robot, it'd just be a me looking at something else that thinks it's me. So that ain't me. I want me to continue. So they got to take my brain out and stick it in a robot. I don't know if anybody disagrees with me or is there something wrong with that science, but that's the way I see it needs to happen. Let's see here. I think we're all caught up there. We can move to the super chats, or not super chats, the emails. All right. Here's our first email tonight. Oh, and after I do emails, we'll talk about shadow. First one tonight is Leonidas 1236 says a new addition to the safe. My first AR Zion 15. That's an AR, all right. It's got a lot of stuff on it that looks like it just cost a lot of extra money. But it's definitely nice. He always takes pictures out by his tree and his wood pile. But yeah, that looks nice. But I didn't get something new, so you are cunt. Cunt. I did get the payoff to the Prius today. I only got $6,500. If I send them the title, I get another $1,500. And I'm like, should I give them the title for $1,500 or should I just keep the fucking car? I mean, it's superficially wrecked. It can be fixed. They just wanted to total it so they can take it and recoup their losses. So I got to decide what I want to do. Someone just sent a deer sign. It's Frank Rodriguez. Let me share that. It says, warning, baiting deer is illegal. This corn pile is intended for squirrels, chipmunks, and other such critters. Any deer found eating this corn will be shot. I guess I bait deer all the time because I put food out all the time for them, but I don't shoot them. They're more like pets than anything else. Did I get all the emails? I think I did. And here is a picture, just for record, of Shadow today. His last picture he ever got taken. It's not what I wanted. I want share screen. Render. Boom. Boom. There's Shadow in his last hours this morning, right before they took him to have him euthanized. So he was a very good boy, and he is now at the Rainbow Bridge. Boy, if I ever had to believe about religion for one thing, it'd be that. It'd be the Rainbow Bridge and all your pets waiting there for you when you got there. But he was a very good boy, and now his suffering has ended thanks to everyone who donated yesterday. And his owner wanted to say thanks to everyone, and my sister wanted to say thanks to everyone because they just couldn't bear to see him suffer anymore, and now they don't have to. Let's get away from that before I get all upset. And I think we're all caught up over here. I think we're caught up with the email, so I will get to the live chat here. And I know we got Joe Pearson. Joe Pearson signed in or chimed in. He joined. He got interested into the Space Force P&V fundraiser. So we're off to a good start tonight. And I'm only going to run that probably rest of the month, a couple weeks, something like that. Hopefully we'll make the money. I don't like when it's like 6 months from now we'll choose a winner, like those car giveaways and stuff you see, and you see it for like 2 years that we're giving away cars, and it takes them like 2 years to finally give away a winner. And surprise, it's the wife of the guy who works in their promotions department. That's one good thing about people who win stuff from me. It's not favoritism because I don't like none of you. I don't like people. Gross ass people. Goddamn monkeys. All right, where was I? I think I lost my place. Where did I read that from? Did I just see that? Oh no, okay, there's a couple more came in. Jason Thompson, Officer Tater Hater. I don't know why I say Jason Thompson, then Officer Tater Hater. Izzo said the most embarrassing moment as a cop was when his mother put a Back the Blue sticker on her bumper. He told her that would end up drawing more attention from the popo than she thought. I guess maybe that wouldn't be my most embarrassing moment by far. I maced myself once on duty. I tried to mace someone. I didn't know automatic windows were really a thing. I hadn't experienced them much. I didn't see her roll up the window, so I turned back around and go to spray her, and right back in my face. So I don't know. I think that's worse than someone putting a bumper sticker on their car. Let me get back to the questions. Samuel White chimed in again and said, excuse me, really like to have one more of those silver bullets and or pig trying to help all I can. Don't help more than you can. That's what I always tell people. Don't help more than you can. Only help to the level of where, like, this is not going to change my life in any way, giving this away. That's all right. But if it's like I got to do without, or I'm going to have to eat bologna for the next week, don't do that. Don't suffer because other people don't help. Do what you can for what you can, when you can. And it's not you that looks bad when things don't get done. It's the people that didn't help at all. It's like people talk about, like, well, why do people get tax deductions from given to charity, and why is the government involved, and why does the government do all these programs? Just let individuals handle it. Well, individuals won't even give money unless they can write it off on the taxes, and if it's something they can't write off on the tax, they're never going to do it. Churches ain't doing it. Churches don't take in your money and then go out and feed the poor and clothe the naked and house the unhoused. They go out and try to convert people. They go to places where, hey, I'll give you a food if you agree to become a Christian. They do that kind of shit. It's like, look at all the poverty and problems around Joe Olstein's church. How much money does he spend trying to fix it? None. In fact, he threw a fit when they tried to use his church as a shelter when there were floods. So fuck Joe Olstein. Now I'll lose a ton more subs because there's probably a bunch of Joe Olstein lovers. But I'm not going to pretend to like Joel Olstein any more than I'm going to pretend to like Charlie Kirk. Now, I will say Charlie Kirk is a fucking saint compared to Joel Olstein. I don't think Charlie Kirk would wish harm on people or would have wished harm on people. I think Joel Olstein wouldn't care less. Couldn't care less. I never did the super chats over here. I went straight to emails and all that stuff. Let me get the super chats over here. I forgot all about them. Also got Mikey D here weighed in. And he said, for entries, because of Paul needs a hand, pets and vets. Yes, it does. More often a hand needs a paw, I think. I think a lot more people would be a lot better people if they had a pet in their life. I think Trump would be a better person if he had a dog in his life. He don't like dogs. That's one of the reasons I don't like Trump. It's not political stuff. I got no problems. Well, I got some problems with some stuff he does politically, but I don't sit around like he's the worst president in the world. But I don't trust him because he don't like dogs. I don't trust anybody who don't like dogs. That doesn't mean I'll trust them if they do like dogs, because Biden like dogs. I don't trust Biden. But not liking dogs is definitely putting you in the don't trust category. It won't necessarily put you in the trust category, though. All right, let's get back over here. A nominal snowman says maybe they're unsubbing because of the mustache. Maybe. This mustache does make people angry. I know I've suffered that firsthand. Trust me. I keep forgetting to shave it off. I just don't bother to think about it. Jar Jar is my lover. Haven't heard from him in a while. I closed the window. I had a kitty named Shadow because she followed me around like a puppy dog. Sorry, brother. It's not my dog. It's a friend's dog. Mostly a friend through my sister. I've gone with them a couple places like the dinner and comedy shows, but it's not my dog. But still, it's a dog. I like the dog way better than I like his owner. Let's just say that. I like the dog better than I like my sister. Because it's a dog. My sister's done shitty stuff to me before. She's tried to hit me in the head with a cinder block. Tried to beat me in the head with a metal pipe. Dogs don't do that. Never had a dog do either of those things. Connor Payne says, for the puppies, and he gave us some funny money. Ramon D said, foreshadow. George Powell says, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Charlie Kirk, January 23rd, 2024. Yeah, that was an unfortunately worded statement. Because he was trying to make a point that, he thinks unqualified people get given jobs because of DEI, and black people are one of the things that they do DEI on. Try to get more people of ethnic diversity and things. So he thinks, well, it's more likely they're a DEI hire if they're black than if they're white, which is true. But to word it the way he worded it, it just made it look like, I don't think a black pilot is as likely qualified as a white pilot. So yeah, that didn't come across very well. He got a lot of shit for that. George Powell also said the guy who assaulted the Pelosi should be bailed out. Yeah, that's Charlie Kirk also said that. And, I don't see a lot of people losing a lot of sleep over that politician and her husband and their dog that were shot and killed in their home. So why do they suddenly care so much about Charlie Kirk having it done to him? Is it because he believed in the same things you believe in? Well, that's not enough. If you don't believe in that for everybody, well, then you're part of the problem. If you don't think it's heinous when that happens to anybody, regardless of whether they agree with you politically, well, then you're part of the problem everybody's talking about. And now everybody doesn't know what to talk about because they catch a kid and he's a white kid from a conservative family who just probably got caught up in leftist bullshit. So they don't know what to bitch about now. I mean, who are these people that are, saying, oh, we're going to retaliate? Who are they going to retaliate against? And they're not going to commit violence. They want you to commit the violence. These people that are egging it on online, they're not going to do it. They're hoping they can encourage you to do it so that they don't have to, because they're not going to, because they don't want to go to prison, but they want to encourage other people to do it. So they're scumbags. The people that are saying that wouldn't do it. And the people that would have the balls to say it if they were going to do it wouldn't do it. Because people that are actually, grown adults aren't going to do it. And and they're the ones that would have the balls to say it if they meant it, but they ain't going to do it. Did that make any sense? What I just said? George Powell says the 1964 Civil Rights Act was a huge mistake. Charlie Kirk. Yes, he was not a fan of blacks or I told everybody, I think he was a racist man. Although I should rephrase that. I don't think he's racist, but I think he knew racism sold. You know what I mean? Racism sells. I think that was his point. So, yeah. Just like the whole, this is a Christian country and the church needs to be able to control the government kind of shit. He didn't preach that until it started selling. And then when he realized there was a really gullible market that liked that, he started selling that idea. But if you look back at his previous speech, he didn't believe that shit. He was secular. He was Christian, but he kept his Christianity in one lane and his politics in another. But then when he realized, the way to make money off these dupes is to combine the two, he was more than happy to combine the two. John Heasley, it needs fixed on TYMPP. It is messed up. Well, that just don't tell me nothing. I got to know what's messed up. You can't just say that. So I go over and read it. I'll read what I think it's supposed to say, not what it says. George Powell chimed in again, says, your first video was accurate. He was a monster spouting nothing but hate. Well, I don't know if I said he's a monster spouting hate, but I believed he was spouting hate. And I said he's either at best someone I just completely disagree with if he believes the stuff. At worst, he's a sellout tool of the powers that be that try to maintain division and status quo. So I still maintain that. People thought I apologized for what I said about him. No, I apologized that maybe it wasn't the time to say it. That I should have waited a couple of weeks. That's what I apologized for. I didn't change my opinion of Charlie Kirk. I got a lot of people putting comments saying, changed your opinion real fast to Charlie Kirk when people get. I'm like, no, I still think he was not a good person. I think he's a profiteer. I didn't change my opinion of him. I just said it probably wasn't the time to say it. I'll say it again later. I'm saying it now. Said it in a live chat yesterday. I said it in a live chat the day before yesterday. I'll say it tomorrow probably if people ask about it. Let me see here where we're at. We got Daniel Pennant chiming in. And he said, tithe in the fill. Won't that make your God angry? For the pets and vets, or is be okay with it as long as it's going to help pets. Pets and vets, more blades coming at the end of the month. Meet me at the truck stop. I will. Yes. I can't remember where we met last time. Was it over by where did we meet last time? I know it was somewhere. It was everywhere, somewhere. But I don't remember where it was, where we met last time. Did I come over to... No, it was in Washougal somewhere, wasn't it? Or Vancouver. Where was it? Where did we meet? I can't remember. That might as well have been 20 years ago with my memory. All right, where are we at? All right, let me get back to the live chat now. Oh, nope. Jeremy Alderando, Albertson. I don't know. Alderando. Like I said, it sounds like he's living in Cloud City somewhere. From Star Wars. And he joined. speaking of Star Wars, he joined the Space Force P&B fundraiser. He got an entry into that. And people saying, why do you only got to be a $2 member on Patreon and got to donate $5 if you do that? Because I'm assuming that the people on Patreon will hopefully stay a month or two, and by the time I announce it, they might get charged again, or forget. I'm hoping they forget to unsubscribe. Let's just say that, because ain't no one forgetting today. I lost so many today. I lost as many today as I have. So, and the other days. I almost wonder if something else going on, because I see a lot of people talking about, I lost 10,000 subs. Yes, I think it's because they said something negative about Charlie Kirk, but I don't know if they did or not, because I don't watch your channels. But I've seen a lot of I lost 10,000 subs over the last couple of days, or I lost 5,000 subs over the last couple of days. Seems like the Charlie Kirkers just went berserk, like they lost their leader or something. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't ever surrender that much of my personal being to someone. I don't pledge my allegiance to someone to the level where I'm like, oh, I'm lost now that they're gone. I don't get that. And most of these people didn't even know him. My sister's calling me. Hold on. She's all upset and bitching, and I guess she lost some money out of her pocket too, so she's mad about that too. So I don't know what's going on with her. She was mostly ranting. For the most powerful thing in the world, Mr. Phil. Well, he's the most powerful thing, period, really. I mean, name something else as big as him. I can't think of a single thing. I was talking on the phone. I had to answer the phone. My sister called, so I figured, I was like, oh, don't tell me something went wrong with the dog. No, she was like telling me they're getting the ashes sent there, that everything went well, and all this other stuff, and that she lost money out of her pocket, which I'm sure I'll end up replacing. All right, where was I? Let me get back over to the chat, because that was very distracting. I'll have to edit that out. Well, she's calling me right when I'm doing my chat. She knows I'm doing my chat. All right, let me get over here to the questions. Let's see how far up I can go. On August 29th, a farm in rural Indiana was attacked and killed by a troop of 20 monkeys. A farm was killed? How do you kill a farm? Those monkeys had previously ambushed other villagers. I think he means a farmer, not a farm. I don't think you can kill a farm. Friends of the loony who murdered Charlie Kirk said that the shooter is full of hate. Go figure. Yeah, well, a lot of kids these days. That's what they're fed all the time. Hate, hate, hate. They're taught who they should hate, who they need to hate, who's not human, who's in you, who's below, who's not worthy of respect. They get that. That's all they get constantly. Joel Osteen's church charges attendees $30 cover charge to get in, and they're expected to tithe on top of that. Yeah, it's a fucking racket. He don't even believe there's a God, because no one who believed there was a God would do the things they do. That mustache makes me think Yankee is in the Epstein files. No, I'm not rich. You have to be rich. Because I agree with, I guess it was Charlie Kirk that said this, wasn't it? Wasn't it Charlie Kirk, or was it one of the other guys that said that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a financier? Jeffrey Epstein was a plant and part of a decades-long blackmail campaign to where foreign actors could get bad stuff on our politicians. And it's looking like that might be true. Because look who's defending it. Politicians are preventing it from, they're trying to convince you it doesn't exist now. So I think that might be another thing that me and Charlie Kirk agreed on, even if I didn't agree with him on a lot of stuff. I think that Epstein might have been he was either a Russian asset or a Israeli asset. And I'm thinking maybe Israeli, because maybe we even bombed Iran on their behalf afterwards. And Trump was always like, we don't bomb people, we don't start trouble. But then when the Israeli said bomb Iran, yes, sir. So Mr. Netanyahu, yes, sir. But remember, not everyone that has a mustache is a pedophile, but all pedophiles have mustaches. It's just kind of like how, not every asshole drives a BMW, but everybody drives a BMW is an asshole. So it's kind of like that thing, like what's the difference between a porcupine and a BMW? On a porcupine, the pricks are on the outside. It's one of those things. I'm poor and disabled. Do you think anybody can donate me some cash so I can get my teeth fixed? Well, start yourself a GoFundMe. There's people out there that'll help for everything. Best thing you could do is go and do something outrageous, or hateful. Go throw coffee in the face of a homeless person or something and call them a freeloader, or go punch a nurse in the face or something and say, I'm doing this because of my left-wing religious or whatever beliefs, and then start a GoFundMe for people to support you. The ones that want to punch nurses or in the face or throw hot coffee in homeless people's faces, they'll start giving you money. It's what that's used for nowadays, most than anything else. So many of the right wing have become accelerationists. Don't make me read big words. That's big words. Neighbors of the shooter say that the young guy and his family say they go to church every Sunday. So much for church being a positive influence on everyone. Well, yeah, it's like when people say, oh, we need prayer in schools to fix all the problems with society. I'm like, well, it doesn't work in church, so why would it work in school? Doesn't seem to do any good in church at all. You think them Catholics wouldn't be fucking little boys if prayer in church worked, because I hope most of the congregation is praying that they would stop. If you are promoting racism because it makes you money, it makes you worse than a racist, in my opinion. I can see that. I mean, I was going to say that there's nothing worse than a racist, but there is. A lot of people are brought up. A lot of people who are racist are just brought up that way. They were indoctrinated into it. And if given the chance, they'll better themselves. People who preach racism and try to keep people indoctrinated for profit are worse because they know better. And they're still doing it. This is from Anomalous Snowman. I'm going to read his name before I read it so people know it wasn't me. Charlie Kirk, was a complete fucking scumbag. He's utilizing a civil liberty 1A to hurt the American people and society for money. Fucking good fucking riddance. One of the better criticisms I heard from him the other day is this guy came on and said, Charlie Kirk started out in a family in the top 20% of society. I came from the bottom 20%. I only got a 6% chance of ever reaching where Charlie Kirk started from. And he thought he could teach people how to live and how to think. He has no idea what people's lives are like. And I that made a lot of sense. He came from a well-off family, and he used his money and his influence and his religious beliefs and his political beliefs to manipulate people into giving him money. So I don't really think that much of it. Like I said, if he was going around doing that stuff for free, wasn't trying to make money off of it, didn't have an organization to make money off of it, well, then I'd think differently. But I think YouTube is cracking down. In the last video I saw from Nothing Fancy before unsubbing, he said he can't upload to YouTube on his main channel anymore. But they don't come after me. They don't like me already. I don't need to give them any more reasons to not like me. They got plenty. Not a soda. I got some water here, though. It amazes me that anyone cares what you thought about Charlie Kirk. You're entitled to your opinion, and this is your show. Yeah, well, people are tribalists. People have been conditioned to be such weak-willed, non-rational individuals that all they can accept from anyone is total compliance with the things that they comply with. You have to be on their page on everything, or you're the enemy. You're other. You either agree with me on everything and you support the same things I support, or you're other. And every other is inhuman and doesn't even deserve the right to live. And that's just the way people are now. Oops, I just lost my place. I unsubscribed again because you are humble and you apologized yesterday, so I agree to disagree. Oh, I subscribed again. Well, I should ban you for unsubscribing over an opinion. Just boot your ass out right now and spit on you while I'm doing it. I wish I had people on the Patreon that left, because those are the people who bother me the most. Casual viewers who are like, yeah, I don't want to hear this anymore, and they unsubscribe. Yeah, fuck them. But people that are like, I support what you do and I want to be part of the solution. Oh, but not if you don't agree with me on everything and you don't worship the same people I worship. But those people I even think less of. So fuck those people. The background people who just casually leave. Now, I have lost some people that, I thought were solid supporters of the channel. I mean, I think we've lost more subs right now. Let's see. No, a nominal snowman upgraded his membership. Oh, he's going to get a mouse gun patch. But just today, we lost Bo Corey and Simi Reed and Randy Parker and Michael Richter and people that were normal supporters, longtime supporters. And we also lost Mr. Bojangles, which that makes me mad because that's one of my favorite songs. All right. Let's get back to see if I'm still caught up with everything. I don't know where I'm even at here. Where is my page? Oh, there it is. I lost my page for a minute. We got Johnny Mandrick chiming in, so he ain't dead yet either. Oh, I didn't mean to sound as disappointed as I did when I said that. It's just I want to rent the catapult. I mean, I think it'd be fun. Those, what do they call them? Trebunkin or Trejunkin or Turdurkin or whatever it is that, you launch things with. What are those things called? Edgar Cortez says, amen. Oh, I think he's replying to my email from earlier. So I was like, that don't make sense right now. But what did I say? Johnny Mandrick said, when is Phil going to hit the reset button on this dumpster fire? Oh, he don't really care. It's one of those things like, if you look over and you're like, oh, there's some cockroaches. I better go get an exterminator. But then if you go over and you look closer and half the cockroaches have put on a blue headband and half the cockroaches have put on a red headband, and they've all got swords and they're fighting to the death, you just say, well, I guess this is a problem that'll take care of itself. So, especially if you see one band of the cockroaches, putting together a chemical agent that'll kill all cockroaches, because it's going to take out all of them. They're not even thinking ahead that it's going to kill all cockroaches. We're still all cockroaches. They're probably thinking in their head, it won't kill me because I got a red headband. That won't make a bit of a difference. So he's like, this problem's going to take care of itself pretty quick. 11-year-old ding ding ditched, killed by Texas homeowner. Yes, we talked about that like a week ago, I think. I think it's the same one. I hope that happened again. There's a funny viral video of a lady in Kentucky who resuscitated a raccoon that passed out on moonshine. It's irresponsible to keep a barrel of moonshine where critters can get in it. Yeah, you don't leave your moonshine where animals can get in it because they'll drink it. Like antifreeze. So you don't do that. Keep your moonshine on a high, somewhere where they can't get to it, in a sealed box or something sealed that they can't get into. I was going to say keep it in a high shelf, but raccoons can climb. Evidently, Psycho Stu and AJ Mana both work as ranchers on the same farm. Worked as, because isn't Psycho Stu dead? Didn't he pass away? On the same farm as their day job, and AJ was fired because his buddy Raja beat up Psycho Stu in the ring. Oh, Psycho Stu. Why did I think he was saying Psycho Sid? Psycho Stu, the guy that got beat up. Yeah, apparently they had bad beef in real life between the two of them. That Raja guy, as far as I know, still hasn't been arrested. And it's only because of one thing, money. That's the only reason he hasn't been arrested. They don't want to offend, someone they like, and the cops don't really care. Yeah, but Raja, he has not been arrested yet, as far as I know. Yeah, they're even starting petitions now to get him arrested. But yeah, he's not going to get arrested. He's rich. When do people realize laws don't apply to rich people? They write them in ways that good, high-priced lawyers can get them out of trouble. And the politicians, like I said, the politicians they pay pass them after they write them. Daniel Shaver killed Brailsford acquitted Sergeant Langley, who made the order to what? Daniel Shaver, killer Brailsford acquitted Sergeant Langley, who made the orders, retired and moved to Philippines. I'm not sure what that is about. Jacob C says, what does this fancy dancy moonshine taste like? Oh, battery acid. Does y'all know? Now Phil cannot touch my trailer and whatnot. Well, he won't since you did that. But don't tempt him like that. Don't say that afterwards. Because he'll be like, don't tell me what to fucking do. He's like, you ain't my mom. But moonshine tastes like battery acid. I've tasted it. But it does have kind of like a sweet aroma and, like a almost like a corn syrupy, depending on how you make it, I guess, aroma. But yeah, my great grandfather used to drink it all the time. And one time my dad went up when he was like a teenager and took a drink out of his cup, and it almost killed him. He said, I asked him for a sip. He said, you don't want a sip of this? And he said, yeah, I drink. I can handle it. He's like a big, tough 19-year-old. He's in the military and all stuff. So he gives him a sip, and he said it almost killed him. So my great grandfather just drank it like it was water. He was a ridge runner. The people who basically created NASCAR. All right, let's see where I'm at here. If you had the opportunity to choose from new calibers, what will you pick? I thought that said calipers for a moment. But if I had the opportunity to choose from new calibers, I don't know what you mean, the new calibers. Like, I don't even know what the new calibers are, to be honest. And what am I choosing it for? Am I choosing it for carry? Well, it'd still be 357 Magnum, I guess. But I don't know. No, I don't understand the question. I'm confused. I wonder if 40 will become hard to find like 357 SIG or 41 Magnum or, God forbid, 30 Super Carry. I don't know. I hope not. Moonshine aggravates my acid reflex, something fierce. Well, I don't drink alcohol. You know what, Bo? But I do have a little bit of GERD, but I must have some resilience to acid because tomatoes are acidic. And I guarantee you in the last 24 hours, I've probably eaten upwards of 30 or 40 tomatoes because I'll cut up 10 at a time on a plate. tomatoes. I love tomatoes. And we got tomatoes coming out our ears right now. I almost said out of our ass, but I don't want to eat tomatoes that come out of our ass. But we have tomatoes coming out of our ears right now because they're all ripening at the same time. So I've got 2 big bushels of tomatoes in there I'm trying to plow through every night. I eat a lot of tomatoes, a lot, at least 8 to 10 at a setting, and probably 4 settings a day, sometimes more. In fact, I had a big plate of them right before the chat. So, what's your opinion of the people watching the girl bleed out on the train and did nothing? I think they're scummy. After getting stabbed by that psycho, I haven't really educated myself on what happened, but based on what people say, it's just more of the whole people thinking more about how can I make money filming this instead of how can I actually stop this. People see something atrocious happening and it's, how can I capitalize on this? Not how can I stop this from being a thing? That gets on my nerves a little bit. I will have to say that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. What's that? Is it something? Just a little bit. That's a song. What is that? What is that song? Something, just a little bit. What is it? I don't know. I can't remember. Somebody tell me what I'm thinking of. I got it in my head now. I can't remember the words. The words. And now we got John Heasley chiming in over here, getting entries. And he said, for the Vets and Vets Fund and some extra entries. Well, you could have asked a question, so I'd have something to talk about. So I'm not just sitting here. Oh, we're out of time anyway. We'll do a few more of the, there's only a couple of chats over here I haven't gotten to. So, think 30-06 sales are going to up now. I don't know. What I will say though is we got to be careful because the left, the anti-gunners, are already using the whole argument that anybody these days can be a highly effective sniper because rifles are too accurate and scopes are so good. So that's like giving them another avenue of attack. So watch out for that. But then also I looked at that map and that building he's on and where he shot from. And I'm like, Caden could make that shot. I could make that shot. I'm not a great shot. Probably make that shot with iron sights. It wasn't that far of a shot. A lot of people at first were saying he was way back here on this grassy part. And that's where he made the shot from. And it's like, no, he's on that building that's like a third of the way up to that grassy. He's on this side of the parking lot. It wasn't that long of a shot. I can even do that. And I suck. Wiggle it just a little bit. That's what it is. Wiggle it just a little bit. So now I'll have that in my head for a while. All right. Martin Bisquick's going to bed. Go ahead, go to bed. We don't care. You're in some weird foreign country anyway. We're in one of them hillbilly European states. The ones that's full of like blonde-haired, blue-eyed European hillbillies, like Sweden or Switzerland or Norway, those kind of places. That's all the same. It's all the same people with white eyebrows. They freak me out. Those ones that have the really blonde hair, the platinum hair and the white eyebrows. They look like aliens. They're blue eyes or sometimes green. Just creep me the fuck out. But that's going to be it for us today. I want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I hope to see everybody again tomorrow. Back here with more questions and everything else. I hope by then the bleeding stops as far as patrons and subscribers. We'll see. Might take a while. But thanks everybody for doing what you do. Thanks for everybody for sticking by the channel. Thanks for everybody for helping with the programs and everything. Remember, go over, get an entry into the drawing if you want a chance to win the K-Bar Space Force knife. Now, I don't have one. But and I collect the K-Bar knives, but got to do what you got to do. So thanks, everybody. I appreciate everything you do. Until tomorrow, remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again.